Hello, I'm Steven,
And I'm Courtney.
and this is Cherry Knoll Whiskey Reviews. So today we are continuing down the path of 1792 with our final bottle, Foolproof. So the Foolproof is essentially their cask strength. This one is sitting at,
A whopping 125 proof.
and I think they're all kind of at that 125 proof, so it may be a barrel entry proof that they're trying to achieve in their Foolproof. So rather than having, varying proofs depending on the bottle itself, they might be batching their Foolproof product so that you end up with that more consistent 125 with every bottle that you buy. So this is our now 5th bottle we're going through. So if you want to see our review of the 12-year, the single barrel, the bottled and bond, or the small batch, all of those will be in previous videos. There should be a playlist for all of them. And our next video will be a blind tasting of all of them, maybe excluding this bottle, just because the proof point is so different than the others. We may end up excluding it for that reason. But yeah, if that sounds like something that interests you, make sure to subscribe. That way you can get the notifications of when that video goes live. So, without further ado, let's crack this puppy open.
Your pop was a lot better than mine.
Yeah. So, you're probably not going to like this one too much.
Agreed.
If the proof ends up being just way too much for you, we can always water it down a little bit with a pipette.
Great.
See what that changes. From previous experience, it's probably going to bring out more oak. So if this seems to have too much oak for you, you may not even want to do that.
Right.
Very sweet.
Yes, I was going to say, I'm pleasantly surprised, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so the 12-year ended up extremely oaky. So I'm guessing that their Foolproof is probably not aged as long.
Right.
It could also be a varying age range because they're probably trying to batch it so that it's got a similar flavor whether you buy this from your corner liquor store or you go away on vacation and pick up a bottle.
Right.
It's going to have similar flavors.
Right.
So with that in mind, it's got a lot of the same notes as the bottled and bond and the single barrel, with that kind of crisp, sweet fruit following up with the caramel.
Nope, I do not agree with you.
But this has a lot more ethanol on the nose. Like,
yes.
I can smell the ethanol a lot more than any of the other ones we've had so far.
I don't agree with you with the crisp apple and the caramelness.
What are you getting?
Right now, just ethanol.
There's almost like the ethanol is giving me like a fireball candy, that cinnamon, hot cinnamon.
Right.
On the nose.
I'm getting more like fall type things. Like I think this is more similar to the 12-year that we tried as far as scents go.
Yeah, you saying that you're getting more fall is giving me potpourri vibes now.
Potpourri vibes.
Yeah, my mother used to have potpourri back when I was little.
Yes.
And there'd be like pine cones and
yes.
dried citrus and things like that in there. And as soon as you start to say fall vibes, that's what came to mind, was a thing of potpourri, and that's what popped into my mind.
I don't get as light of stuff like the crisp green apple and stuff as we did with the bottle and bond.
Are you getting more of a citrus?
No.
Like an orange?
Nope. Just very, like, if warm was a flavor, it's very warm.
Yeah, I think that's where I was getting that, like that red hot candy. You know,
Right.
how it's that,
Yeah.
like, heat
Actually,
of cinnamon.
when I just got a whiff of this, I almost think similar to your potpourri, when people, or at least what I've seen on social media, when people put like, I guess you're right. When people put oranges and like cinnamon sticks and whatnot in a pot just to make their house smell very
Yep.
fall. So yes, I do agree with you then
Yeah.
about the potpourri vibes.
Well, the cinnamon and citrus.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
so like orange peel and a stick of cinnamon.
Right. When you said orange, I was thinking like a fresh orange.
Juicy orange.
Right, and
yeah.
that's why I originally said no, but now that I've just made this connection, I now agree with you. So I agree with you with like a dried up orange.
Yeah. Yeah, I think now that, as we're sniffing it and it's opening up, it's becoming more and more of that citrus and cinnamon.
Yeah, yep. So, do we try it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's got a little bit. Go ahead, you can take your sip.
Okay.
I'm just trying to not have dead air. It's got a sweetness in it that I'm not sure if it's coming from the citrus or if it's more of like a grain sweetness.
I personally do not like this. It is too high of a proof for me. Who thought 25% more proof would be too much proof?
Yeah, so you get that ethanol burn.
Yes.
And that kind of covers your tongue, and you don't get a ton of flavor right away. But the longer that it sits on my tongue, the more of that sweet orange peel I'm getting.
Can I try the droplet effect, please?
Your pipette
Droplet.
into water.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got a lot of sweetness in there. It ends extremely dry. The oak is there, but it's not a super oaky presence.
Cheers.
Right. That's probably not going to be enough to water it down. If anything, the few drops that you had added are going to bring all the oils to the top, so your next sip would be extremely flavorful.
Maybe that's what I was aiming for. Alright, let's see how this is with a little bit of water in it. Now it smells like nail polish remover.
Yeah, so all the ethanol is all you're getting.
Much better.
Yeah, I proofed it down to a appropriate point for you.
Yes, I did about half of the pipette, dude.
Right.
Yeah, that's a lot better. I can drink that.
Yeah, so you probably brought it down to that near 100 proof maybe.
Probably with the amount that I took, yeah.
Right.
I would agree.
So are you getting different flavors?
Give me a second. I can give you an answer to that in a second.
What is your experience adding the water?
To be honest with you, I don't know.
You're not getting any flavors? It's just you take a sip and
Not at the moment, no.
ethanol only?
Apparently so.
So it's easier to drink, just you don't taste anything.
I do not, nope.
Pass it over here. I'm going to put just a couple drops in just to see what flavors are brought out.
My mouth can't do that, apparently.
Yeah.
So, was this one easier to find, unlike the 12-year, or?
Yeah, so in our area, the foolproof is,
Easier to find?
I wouldn't say it's everywhere, but of the 5 stores that I frequent, I can probably find it at 2 of them of the 5 any day that I go.
It's not bad. Not bad at all.
So, yeah, for the most part, 1792 does get a lot of shelf time in our area. Yeah,
Oh.
it's not a difficult to find bottle.
I honestly thought I've never picked it up for you or asked you about because I've just always seen a bunch of them, so I never thought they were something special, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Because there's so many of
some
them.
people really like them. They are very available. Personally, I would probably lean more towards the Old Forester lineup than 1792.
Right.
But then you have other people who like oak, and they aim more at the Knob Creek.
Right.
And the Knob Creeks, like I said, are pretty available
Yeah.
in this area as well.
Agreed.
So, we're kind of blessed in a way to have a lot of
Variety.
big names have
Yeah.
decent variety in the area. Allocated stuff is hard to find wherever you go, I think, especially at MSRP. So as far as allocated, I think the sweet wheat and the 12-year are going to be the most allocated of the 1792, and I can't find the sweet wheat. So
Maybe in the next few weeks.
a few weeks? No, probably
Yeah.
not.
Yep.
A few years, maybe.
Nope, few weeks.
Start exploring other states. If you guys have seen a lot of the sweet wheat or the 12-year or anything else from 1792 that seems to be a harder to find bottle, let us know what state you're in and what bottles you are finding.
Holler at us so that we can go find them and try them for you guys.
Right.
Because we've gone to, Delaware we've hit before. And, I want to say there was another one that we've hit before, but I forget.
Well, when we were down in OBX, we
Right.
had looked a little bit.
We did?
A little bit.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that's, they had a ABC that we went to.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah. But
Not my favorite.
Yeah, I kind of figured this wasn't going to be up your alley. Between the proof and everything else, just
Yeah, 100.
a stay away from for you. But if you are someone who enjoys a lot of proof, or you like to drink your whiskey on the rocks, but you find that sometimes your last sip of a bottled and bond or a 90 proof liquor ends up just tasting like water, I would say go ahead and pick up something like the Full Proof from 1792. That way, when you're adding that cube of ice into it, even your last sip, when that ice cube melts down, will still have flavor left to it.
Makes sense.
But yeah, this one I'm probably going to score closer to a 7 for me. It doesn't have quite the sweetness that the other ones did.
Right, I would agree. So what new flavors are you getting when you add the water? Or are you not getting many new flavors?
Yeah, the drop of water I added just brought out more of the oak and the cinnamon.
Okay.
But it didn't...
There's no new flavors
It didn't,
there.
expand it into other things.
Right.
Yeah. It just kind of gave me more of what was already there.
Gotcha.
Well, with that being said, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Catch you on the next one.
Toodaloos.